Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, has left Taiwan after concluding a whirlwind visit that rocked US-China relations and sent shudders through global markets. In response to Pelosi's visit, China announced live-fire military exercises across 6 zones in waters surrounding the island of Taiwan that will start on Thursday and continue through Sunday.
The deal between Ukraine and Russia to unblock Ukrainian grain exports may offer a way forward to a possible ceasefire in the 5-month conflict, said former German Chancellor Gerhard Schröder, a friend of Russian President Vladimir Putin. The good news is that the Kremlin wants a negotiated solution, Schröder told Stern Weekly and broadcasters RTL-NTV on Wednesday, adding he had met Putin in Moscow last week. Russia's top court has designated the Azov Regiment, a former volunteer battalion with far-right roots that was officially integrated into Ukraine's army, a terrorist organization. The ruling by the Supreme Court on Tuesday allows for lengthy prison terms for the members of Azov, who are accused of harboring neo-Nazi and white supremacist ideology.
From being denied jobs for wearing a hijab to more implicit forms of exclusion, as revealed by a recent study, the women are struggling. Lubna Amir, 28, is a dentist by training. But practicing her profession remains a dream for her. After studying dentistry and a few years of practice at a government college in the western Indian state of Maharashtra, Amir wanted a better position. In 2018, the Pune resident started applying for a job at clinics across India through email. She even dropped resumes in person at some clinics. I wanted to branch out to what we call the class practice and have an experience beyond local circles, Amir says. She applied for jobs at nearly 24 places, but there was no response, despite having very good credentials. I had scored excellent grades and had an internship from a government college, which is much sought after in the dental industry. My work profile was good. Still, I was not getting any response, she told Al Jazeera.
More than 5,000 soldiers from Indonesia, the United States and other countries have begun joint combat exercises on the Indonesian island of Sumatra, signaling stronger ties amid growing maritime activity by China in the Indo-Pacific region. The annual military training, known as Garuda Shield, has been taking place since 2009. But this year sees the participation of several other countries, including Australia and Japan, making it the largest ever.
Putting an end to decades of controversy, a ceremony on June 22 kicked off the demolition of a pig farm that has for decades stood on the site of a World War II-era concentration camp for Roma in the Czech Republic. But an end to the discrimination against the country's largest minority remains distant. Official records say 327 Roma people died at Lety, which sits 70 kilometers south of Prague. It is estimated that 90% of the Czech Roma population was killed during the Holocaust. Descendants of the victims insist, however, that thousands perished at the camp, which was run by Czechs under the auspices of the Nazis. The removal of the farm, built by communist authorities in the 1970s, and the planned construction of a memorial will crown a long campaign which, thanks to opposition from hard-right political forces, had become emblematic since the 1990s. But despite the victory at Lety, the struggle for equality for the nation's 250,000 or so Roma is making little progress. PTI leader Fawad Chowdhury on Wednesday stood adamant in the face of the government's announcement it may file a declaration against the party in the Supreme Court, saying that, "It is not up to you to ban Imran Khan or the party." His remarks, during a press conference, followed Minister for Interior Rana Sanola saying that the government can give a declaration to the Supreme Court, on the basis of verified evidence, that PTI is a foreign-aided party, and if the apex court upholds this declaration, the party will stand dissolved. Fawad said that a reference has been filed against Chief Election Commissioner Sikandar Sultan Raja and that the party will appeal against the Election Commission of Pakistan's decision, which he declared in contravention to the law and the constitution. A day earlier, the ECP, in a unanimous verdict, ruled that the PTI received funds from prohibited sources. The PTI leader also announced a protest outside the ECP office. He alleged the parties part of the Pakistan Democratic Movement Alliance had met the chief election commissioner before the verdict was announced.
Be aware with the world. APN Broadcast Service.